Alright, let's get back to nostalgia overload. So, I do have a point of order to bring up about this game. It does not save your interstage progress. So, I don't know where I left off per se, but I do know for a fact it sure wasn't at this point. So, I guess there are a couple of very interesting things you can do as a result of this. I'm not going to do them right now. But you can totally cheese a lot of very interesting mechanics in this game by virtue of the fact that you can just restart stages more or less at your will. So I did use that to my advantage in another save where I got to practice a lot on the 3D sphere-y bony stages, or bonus stages, because I wanted to. Holy crap, this is a nightmare section. I did want to get a little bit better at the bonus stages, so I did practice them somewhat. I also found out that the bonus stages basically don't serve much of a purpose in this game. So the purpose of the bonus stages is to... I don't know. You can unlock things if you get them. So when you get a... Can I... How do I use tails here? That is not using tails correctly. Dang it. I try to screw around a little bit when I play this game because I want to find secrets and whatnot, but we'll just move forward from here. So yeah, the bonus stages are just used to unlock things, and those things they range from special attacks that you can do, or like collectibles that you can unlock. And well, that went great. In our case, though, they don't really do a whole lot, because the only thing that I'm really interested in unlocking in the long term is the Super Saiyan mode. And I'm not doing too great about doing that, actually. I only have 2 Chaos Emeralds, and I do know more or less for a fact that at this point I could probably have as many as like 3 or 4. So, I gotta up my Chaos Emerald game a little bit. I gotta go into whatever this is. Oh, that was unexpected. It beamed me into it was like a news van or something. That was quite unusual. Can I, however, I want to get up to here, then I want to go into this, and then, oh, I thought it would do something for me. I kind of wish I knew how to use tails a little bit more intuitively. I would like to be able to cheese with tails by like getting into things that I'm not supposed to and stuff like that. I know that you probably can, at least somewhat, but I don't know how to control him well enough. But what you can do with him is you can get him to, when he's like doing this little tail propeller flippery thing, you can like actually pick you up and move you around and stuff. Whatever, we're gonna go down here. Just because I want to like move towards some sort of progress and or goal here. But I do know that there's a way to like fly with him. I just can't do it very consistently yet. I don't know. Another thing that I really want to do is I want to try out playing as Knuckles, because Knuckles can glide, and that was always one of my favorite things ever. And the other cool thing about Knuckles is that he can grab onto walls and then climb up them using his knuckles. But I obviously am not playing as him. If this goes well, if this like actually ends up being or continuing to be pretty fun, then I may just as well like do a second playthrough where I play as Knuckles just to see what that is like. Because when you do play as Knuckles in this game, and probably, I mean, I'm only assuming because I am guessing it's just like the way it works in Sonic 3. If you play as Knuckles, oh wow, that's funny. If you play as Knuckles, you get to go on different paths through the level. So there's like branches that you can explore only if you're Knuckles. That, I don't know, they were always neat to me because they used his mechanics a lot more. They actually did do a pretty cool job of their level design, because the Sonic passages used a lot of like loop-de-loops and things like that you would really associate with like a classic Sonic feel. And they also had segments where if you had Tails with you could do cool Tails stuff. That's kind of neat. There's like an old school Robotnik there. Is that popcorn? What the hell am I looking at? I think that was a giant popcorn machine, but it was more like a giant nightmare machine because I've never seen something more terrifying. And also, that guy looked really, really sad when I killed his, you know, doodly bits. I guess literally jumping on somebody's balls will probably make an enemy for life out of them. Anyway. Yeah, so I remember there were certain passages you could only do if you were Sonic and you had Tails with you. There were certain passages that you could only do if you were Knuckles and you had nobody with you, because Knuckles don't need nobody, he's cool as hell. Knuckles was the Shadow of the Hedgehog, like, cool loner guy, way before, Shadow the Hedgehog was around. Oh, that's neat. I'm hunting for the giant rings because I want to get more Chaos Emeralds, which means I'm going very, very, very slowly because I don't actually know where they are. They're totally hidden. And this is obviously not a level that I have memorized because this is a brand new level made specifically for this game. So I am probably almost back, like, I'm definitely moving towards the start again. So I'm making the antithesis of progress here. But I won't be satisfied until I have more Chaos Emeralds. Why are they called Chaos Emeralds if most of them aren't green? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Can I go up? So I tend to stick to the high paths. I think I talked about that at one point already. But the thing about sticking to the high paths is that you're not actually guaranteed to get any more secrets than if you stuck to any of the lower paths. In fact, usually the secret stuff is contained in the lower or the middle paths. So, well, oh, this is interesting. I thought I just did this stage. Well, I guess I'm getting another chance. Uh-oh. Made that. Yeah, I'm not particularly great at this one. Hang on. Made it. Yeah, I don't know. It's super duper difficult to do good commentary while you're focusing on something as difficult as these bonus stages. These are not intuitive to play as, to say the least. So I'm really glad that they have not made this the way to get Chaos Emeralds in this version of the game, or in this game, because shit. Ah, come on. Okay. So the problem with it is that you can only move on those intersections, which means you gotta be, like, ready to go. And the thing is, you can make a mistake, like the one I just made there, and there's nothing you can do about it because the game won't give you another chance. However, by the time you realize, you have enough time to realize your mistake and react to it, and then hope, like, vainly attempt to, oh. I already did the the giant ring on this stage, and I screwed it up. So, or no, I already won it. Ah, I just got bitten by the fact that this game doesn't save your interstage progress. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. Oh well. So yeah, I guess I will just power through to the end of the stage and look for this bad boy. I thought it was only going to be one bonus stage per act, but apparently I'm wrong, and there are two for this particular act. Awesome. Yeah, this is significantly easier than what I was doing before, where I was trying to get through the, interesting. I feel like I've played this one before, actually. This is significantly easier than the spherical world bonus stages that I was just doing. And that's how you used to actually have to get the Chaos Emeralds. Awful, awful, awful minigame. I feel slightly better about my childhood video game skills, considering I still struggle with those stages as an adult. So, yep, you can rest easy and feel good about yourself. Elementary school me. It wasn't just you. Although, to be fair, they were always hard. Like, I talked about the stage in Sonic 1 briefly, where you were on this rotating, like, world, and you didn't control Sonic, you controlled the level, and you would rotate the level around, and that was the way that you would attempt to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. In Sonic 2, if I remember, it was a little bit worse, because the way that worked was you were on this track. It was like you were a Matchbox car thing, and there were like mines and stuff. I don't know. It's really hard to describe because it was it was unique. It was a very, very interesting thing. But oh no, fuck. Okay, we're fine. I'm moving too fast for me to control. Luckily, this level has like walls and stuff, so it's not the end of the world. However, I have enough speed that I should be able to catch up to this thing and get the Chaos Emerald. Come on. Yes, got it. As I was saying, you were on like this Matchbox track, and what you had to do was you could only move left and right, and it was kind of actually really similar to the course that I just played, where you had to collect a bunch of rings, and you had to get above a certain amount of rings, and if you had that amount, then you got the Chaos Emerald and you can go Super Saiyan. If you did not have that amount, then you felt really bad about yourself. And they were hard. They were really difficult. You know, you want to know a really interesting fact that I didn't know until very recently about, like, Sonic and Nintendo and all that stuff? I learned that Sega was more popular in the United States than the Nintendo 60... Or not Nintendo. The Nintendo, the NES was for a little while. But for, like, a really little while. Like, for maybe, like, a couple of months or something like that, Sega was actually, like... Thank you, game. Sega was actually more popular than Nintendo. And people thought, like, wow, the Nintendo dynasty is going to be completely upended now. They were wrong, but it certainly looked that way for a little while. And I don't know. As a kid, I never really got too much into the console war-y stuff anyway, mostly because I kind of went to a really poor school, and, like, nobody could afford multiple consoles anyway, and so nobody really cared about it, because they were like, I don't care which one's better, Sega, Genesis, or the NES, it's the only one I get, it's the only one I can afford, so who gives a crap? That's the console wars that I remember, is just everyone being like, that's really nice that you like blank over blank, but I will never be able to afford that in my entire life. I went to a really, 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 really bad, like, elementary school. I guess it wasn't terrible. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm being too harsh on it. But, I definitely went to a pretty lower class, establishment, we'll say. Oh well. I'm obviously doing a little bit better than that now. I'm not, you know, in elementary school anymore, though, so. Cool. So, don't know how to fight this boss. I will attempt to avoid those missiles, though. That seems like a good start. What am I supposed to be hitting? Nothing? Oh, okay. So the red missiles will hurt me. The blue missiles might hurt me. I don't know what just happened, but I think I won. Huh. Oh, okay. I guess the boss must have gotten hit by something, and I don't know what. My assumption is that what I need to do is sacrifice Tails to the missile gods over and over again. Well, my assumption is I need to hit this blue thing. I need to hit this blue thing. There we are. Yep, if I hit the blue thing, that causes it to... If I hit the blue missile, it actually hits Dr. Robotnik. He's Dr. Robotnik. I'm not calling him Dr. Eggman, okay? We're gonna just lay that out as a ground rule here. He is... Why? Why did they... I don't know. They had no reason to change it. It made me grumpy as a kid. It makes me grumpy as an adult, too. Alright, so 3 hits should have killed that guy? Very... Nope. Okay, it's 5. It's Sonic. I don't know what I was saying. Tails is a suitable missile god sacrifice. I mean, what else is he for? Shit, man. I played Sonic and Knuckles and Tails and all that stuff as a kid. I had an older brother. You know what I was? I played as Tails. You want to know why I played as Tails? It's because then I could get hurt by the monsters, and it wouldn't actually affect the game at all. It didn't matter. You only... he only died if Sonic got killed, so all I would do is just, like, I was just the punching bag for all the enemies so my brother wouldn't lose. You wanna know what happened? You wanna know what happened when we got a Super Nintendo? Did the exact same thing in God, what did we do it in? Was it one of the Donkey Kong games? I don't even remember. I feel like it wasn't one of the Donkey Kong games. No, it couldn't have been. It wasn't one of the Donkey Kong games. Although naturally you'd think that those become 2-player. I don't think they actually do. Maybe they did. Oh man, I don't actually remember. Wow. Well, so ends that story. The point is, we all had fun. Alrighty, cool. So that's gonna wrap up this one for tonight. So thank you for watching.